Hey guys, welcome back to Zethythonix channel. Today we are building the Slash ZAKU Phantom. Obviously, we all know that it's from the Lunar Maria Hawks version. Change the colors and backpack, and this is how this PB was born. Now, the Sid definitely sucks, but the mecha design is honestly not bad at all. Let's say a lot of good potentials were wasted by bad writings. As you know, ZAKU Phantom had a lot of variations. I'm sure the rest of them will be PB. I still have some hope towards the race version, but you know Bandai always greedy and never understand what the fans hope for. At this point, I'm deeply disappointed about their PB decisions. Now, let's stop the negativity here. How about quickly unpack everything and take a look at the runners. For those of you that built the regular version before, it's very similar and not many changes. I never built the regular version, so I am expecting some good performance. The process is not very long, I would say it's quite average. Maybe one day I will get the regular version and form the ZAKU Phantom team, but that's another topic. As for the runners this time, you will see part of the inner frame is written Soft Mobile Suit, which means the Jin, Shiku, Goof Ignited, and probably Gaze will share the exact same frame. It's Bandai, ladies and gentlemen. Cost effective is always the first priority. Well, I'm a bit off topic, so let's cut the chatting and I'll see you in the review. Hey guys, welcome back to the Slash ZAKU Phantom review. So this is the finishing of it. As a second year MG builder, I honestly can't make a very good critique. But I built around 15 MGs and this ZAKU Phantom is a bit disappointing. It's not the appearance or the articulation that disappoints me, it's the overall feeling. As you know, I really don't care about the inner frame details because seriously, who will tear the whole thing apart to see the frame? However, the assemble process and the details on the surface are honestly failing. It's not giving me that MG feeling. It felt more like I'm building a RE100 or a large-scaled XG instead. It's good to be simple, but the ZAKU Phantom honestly took away a lot of MG features. The second disappointing part is the panel lines. I have over 200 models in my collection, but the panel lines on this ZAKU is bad. Literally around 70% of the body parts require subscribing to make the details look better. Definitely not friendly for out-of-box builders. For myself, I got lazy and just used a Gundam marker to draw the lines. Well, we can't judge a Gunpla by small problems, so let's start the review. This is a premium Bandai, which means there are leftovers. It's not that many, but we got some head and shoulders part, legs part, and new commander type head and 2 different size handles. I'm not a kit basher, so these parts are useless to myself, but you can see the handles as replacement parts. Alright, always starts from the head. Since Yzak is a commander, his personal unit will have an extra antenna on the head. In my opinion, way better than a bow head. Now, all the panel lines you're seeing right now is by drawing, which means the depth of the lines are badly designed. Out of box builders, you will need to do some extra work. The head articulations are below average. No matter moving front and back or side to side, it's very limited. To turn the mono eye, you need to take the helmet off and you can start your adjustment now. I personally don't really like this design, but it's unavoidable because the helmet is too big and unable to replicate what Bandai did on the RG ZAKU 2. But I still wish the mono eye would turn as you turn the head. That makes more sense. As for the chest, the colors really added a lot of extra scores and definitely fits my taste. However, I think the chest is quite bland and I suggest you to add a bit more panel lines. As usual, MG will always include cockpit opening feature. All you need to do is pull down the hatch and you'll see Yzak Joule sitting in there. As for the articulations, very poor side to side turning. Moving front and back is okay, a bit tight too. Unfortunately, there is no joint for swaying side to side. As for the shoulders, individual movement which allowed 90 degrees lifting. At the side, you will see a big hole. This is for the shoulder shields. For the articulations, an easy 360 spin, the lifting is a bit more than 90. You can move the arms to the front, the whole arm can rotate easily. We got a small piece at the side that got small movement. The bending is great, touching the shoulders. As for the hands, because there is no polycap in it, it will fall out quite often and is a bit annoying. As for the hand itself, thumb movable hands with exchangeable fingers. We got open hands, weapon holding hands, and trigger hands to swap. For the waist, it looks pretty colorful. The front skirt can move 180. The side skirt can do a double lift. But it's a C-shaped joint, so make sure you're being very gentle. We got 2 hand grenades on each side skirt, but they're just for decorations. The back skirt can lift 180 as well. The overall articulations on the waist is amazing. At the back of the waist, you can pull down this blue piece. This is for you to store the weapons later. The legs are looking sturdy. I love the scales of it. Just like all the modern Gunplas, there is a leg adjusting joint in the middle. As for the front kick, a solid 90. Side kick, a solid 90. Back kick is another 92. The kicking is very good. The bending is not a U shape, it's actually below average. The big armor really affected the articulation. The tube on the legs is advanced joints, which was why the bending is not affected too much. Both armor on the side of the legs can move a bit. Not sure what's this for. At the back of the legs, you will see a thruster. There is movement for it. The armor above the feet can move a bit. The whole feet can turn side to side for a bit too. It can also move front and back as well as swaying side to side. Again, it's always nice to see the tip of the feet can move individually. Turn to the back, you will see some details which is pretty nice. Here is the main thruster and you can move for a bit. Since we already talked about the back, let's talk about the backpack. The backpack is very simple, kind of make me feel like that I'm building an XG. Honestly, I expected more for the backpack. If you know about detailing, you might want to add some detail colors on the backpack. As for the articulations, you can move horizontally or vertically, giving you the adjusting option. The Gatlings are pick joint, you can move them freely. Well, you can treat this as the Gatling's mechanism, but the shooting will need your imagination. To connect the backpack onto the Gunpla, just find a spot and plug it in. But once you equip the backpack, the standing will be affected and you need some time to adjust the position. As for the accessories, the first weapon will be the beam rifle. It's quite normal and not many things I can introduce, but the handle got some hollow plastic and you might want to fill it up. The whole rifle is black and one piece of white. It's boring. As for the articulations, you can move the sub handle. You can't remove the energy cap on the top of the rifle, but there is a spare one in the model kit for you to pose. To store the rifle on the back of the waist, pull the energy cap up and turn, then put it into the spot and done. The next weapon is the Beam Tomahawk. We got 2 of them and they are fixed, which means no articulations whatsoever. The top of the Tomahawk is okay, but if you look at the bottom, very obvious hollow plastic. Well, if you're posing with it, you won't see that much. The Beam Tomahawk cannot store in anywhere. According to the setting, it's in the shield, but The model kit didn't replicate that setting, which kind of sucks. Now, you have to be careful where you store the Tomahawks. There are 2 shields, so let's just take one of it for demonstration. At the front, you will see 3 spikes. They are not sharp, so if you hate that, consider sharpening it. Turn to the back, you will see 2 spare energy caps. Unfortunately, they are just decorations and you can't use it. At the top of the shield, you will see a ball joint. This is for you to connect the shields onto the shoulders. You can do some simple turning and adjustments, which is not bad. To put the shields onto the shoulders, simply plug the ball joint in and there you go. The last weapon of the day, the Valve's G7 Beam Axe. The size is impressive, the appearance is cool, and the gimmick in there is quite nice. First, the top of the axe can expand or close. The movement feeling is quite nice. The handle is very long, but if you look at the side, the same thing just like the beam javelin or the blast impulse. Hollow plastic. I never understand why Bandai had to make the side hollow. It's not that hard to fill it up anyway. At the bottom of the axe, you will see a metal scythe. You can move the scythe too. To store the beam axe onto the back waist, remove the handle and switch to a shorter handle. Move the scythe up and form a closing position. Then, put the axe onto the back waist. You can only choose either store the axe or the rifle. Alright, we've came to the end of the review. The Slash ZAKU Phantom is definitely a good MG, but the features and details don't really feel like MG, which is a bit disappointing, but that's okay. Overall, the performance is standard, not surprising and not terrible either. I guess this is the reason why not a lot of people choose this MG ZAKU Phantom series, because it's too standard and not interesting. I guess the selling points are the nice design weapons and equipment, or the popularity of Sid series, or you like the pilot. As for myself, I bought this because I like Yzak as a character. But if you don't have a particular reason to purchase the ZAKU Phantom's variants, just enjoy the regular release and don't need to care about the rest of the P-Bandai releases. As I said, I'm still hoping for a race version being a regular release. As for the other variants, I would like to see an Elijah version, the Kirby Rose ZAKU Warrior, or the Kite Madigan version. Thanks for watching this video. What do you think about the Slash ZAKU Phantom? Tell me more in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to me and hit the bell next to it. Follow my Instagram at Zethythonix. If I reach 1,000 followers before 27th of February, I will host a giveaway. Donation link is in the description and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.